Thank you very much, Dr. Kuruppu. I think your kind introduction. And also thank you very much, the organizing committee, especially Mr. Karan Nagoda, and also our assistant librarian from Faculty of Nursing, Ishara Senanayaka, Ms. Ishara Senanayaka, and also other members of the team. And also, I would like to appreciate this endeavor, the conducting this kind of webinar series for the University of Colombo by selecting different resource people during this COVID pandemic situation to interact with our audience, especially students and other academic and other staff members. When I was asked to select a topic related to something related to my research, I decided to select this topic, art and science of well-being at work, because this area should be more focused on, because there are many problems with regard to our work well-being, and also there is not much focus on that area, because somehow or other we complete our tasks, finish the job with much difficulties, with stressful condition. Therefore, just to focus on your attention, I selected this topic. When you come to any organization, maybe private sector or in the government sector, normally there's a team of workers in different positions. And also there's a team leader, maybe the director or the vice chancellor or the dean or any other chairman, anybody, right? Then these people have different roles to be performed and also continue. When you come to this working area, why we are talking about art and science and well-being at work? That is the question. But during my session, I will talk about this well-being at work first, then I will focus on the art and science, because there's a special reason for that. Right. We know that our human brain, there are two hemispheres, both sides, the two sides. One side is concerned, left side is concerned for some scientific things, and also right side, right hemisphere is concerned for the art and other creative things. But there are many occasions in the history, this combination of art and science can create wonderful things in this world. There are certain examples like Leonardo da Vinci, and you must have heard about different creative things by combining science and art together. Then when you come to workplace, again, you can combine, or you can link this art and science for our well-being. Therefore, I will talk about during the next few minutes regarding this area. Right. When you come to term well-being, that is a very complex term, because there are many facets. There are different aspects of well-being. You can talk about social well-being, mental well-being, physical well-being, different things. And also, this is a context-bound phenomena. What is context-bound mean? It depends on the context. Well-being should be balanced. That is why I have mentioned this. That is our role, to balance our well-being, because that has to be balanced, because there are many influences in the work sector, the home environment, in the society, everywhere. There are some challenges to maintain the well-being in our life. Right. There are few theoretical concepts I just nice to show you. There are, when you come to general well-being of a person, the physical content is there, that is our energy. Then emotional content, that means our resilience, the way we are bouncing back to the normal after any serious adverse effect or something like sorrowful situation, depressive situation, then we are coming back. That is normal human being all the time, bouncing back to normal after the adverse event or adversity related something, bad experience. Again, this financial component side, financial resource and availability of finance, how to manage resources, financial management, that is also contribute to well-being. That is why I mentioned that this is multi-faceted concept, but social aspect of well-being, we have to think about that area. That means you need to have love and also connection with the people. You need to have loved ones. There should be interaction with them. Otherwise, your well-being is not getting fulfilled unless you have that social aspect. Of course, this career aspect, the middle, what we do as a career, then that is this middle part with this section of the section career, we will discuss, especially focusing on that area. Then also our community, who are the people live with us, who are our neighbors, who are the people we are associating, who are the people we are getting connected. That is also one part of our well-being. Then when you come to environment, whatever the things good for the earth is good for us also, because we are natural being. Therefore, nature friendly, anything good for human being. That is also one element in related to well-being. And also, as a person, you have different creativity, you can have different invention, but you need to have some kind of identity, your identity, that authentic expression. If you don't have that one, your well-being is affected. Therefore, in a university, even if you are creating new knowledge, sometimes you are conducting research, you need to have that recognition. Otherwise, people don't accept you, recognize you, that you get frustrated, then you lead to a poor well-being. Again, our spiritual aspect, sense of higher purpose, whatever the things you do in life, that should be meaningful to us. Otherwise, if there's no meaning in our job, that is if spiritual part of our job or a spiritual part of our life is not fulfilled, that means that is also contribute to our well-being. Therefore, you can understand that there are different elements that contribute to our well-being. Then what we have to do, we have to focus on each and every aspect of our these areas. We'll see our main focus is work, the well-being at work. What do you mean by work? If you explore, there are different terms used to talk about work. Some people seek employment, some people seek our career, then our job, and also our occupation. There are different terminology we can use. But when you clearly explore this thing, there are certain things. At the beginning, I mentioned that we are natural being. We have been created by the nature for the procreation. The procreation means that generate our keep our generation forward. That is the main task of the human being. What we are doing at the moment after becoming adult, we are always engaged in different kind of activities. Those are not sometimes suitable for normal human being. We are not maintaining good natural interaction, natural postures, natural activities, because we are in an artificial world. Sometimes when you come to workplace, that is completely different from nature. That is a concrete box-like situation. There is no proper ventilation. Sometimes you are not, cannot see the greenery area sometimes, and also you are strictly focusing on the computer for many hours during the day. 24 hours being given to us for the day, but if you calculate so many hours, we are going away from the nature and we are focusing more on our job in the employment, because we have to work hard, we have to work another number of hours overtime. Sometimes you have to complete tasks, then you have to work hard. Then we are gradually going away from the nature. What is the problem then? We have to understand where the cost. Human being is a natural being. We need to have this greenery things, because nature has created for us to not to do a job, not to work for 40 years in your life in a one organization throughout the day, sitting or standing or whatever. There are different jobs we are engaged in. According to our capacity, according to our qualification, we select our job. Then what will happen? We are restricted to one place or one occupation, then all the things limited to artificial things, and we cannot get relaxation. Sometimes there are no enough space for us to do whatever the things we want. There's no time to interact with our loved ones. Sometimes there are different challenges in this world of work, but what we have to do, that if we are going against the nature all the time, we will have to suffer for it. Therefore, we have to understand how we are focusing and improving our well-being at work. Right. There are some examples. Just have a look. I have selected only 3 occupations. Surgeon, he's doing an operation. He's a natural being. He's supposed to treat the people. Then you start the operation at 8 a.m. in the morning. He's continuing until 2, 3, 4. It may be more than that. Sometimes 8 hours continuously in the same awkward posture. What will happen? You are going against the nature. That means your position is completely not natural. That affects your health. One day you get neck pain, another chronic back pain, or sometimes shoulder pain, and also you cannot keep standing for a while because you are experiencing something. You see the computer, person who is using the computer is completely out of the nature and natural position. He's maintaining awkward posture, and he will experience sometimes. If you continue this job for 10, 20 years, what will happen? All the body parts are get affected because you are supposed to be a natural person, but you are completely awkwardly, you are doing your job many years. See the next picture, the lady who is a housekeeping person. He is in a very bended posture. That is not a natural posture, but several times a day during her job, what she does is taking all the things and keeping the things, going to the artificial awkward posture. That is something not normal. If you continue this thing for a longer period with other stresses and all the things in the work environment, what will happen? You are developing some kind of disease condition. That is what we call musculoskeletal disease condition. These are some examples, right? We'll see one area that is related to our talk today. That means we generate energy, physical energy, by getting good nutrition and doing exercises and maintaining rest. We are getting physical energy. Again, when you come to have good interaction, relationship, expression as we want, we are developing some kind of emotional energy that we can use at any time if you need emotional energy. Then that is also related to mental energy. We are having whatever the things we want. There are different interest things we do. Then your mental health always sound. We maintain the flow. We have all the things in order. There's no any challenge for you. Your mental health good. You have mental energy. Then again, when you come to the right side of the scenario, that means spiritual energy. You have a lot of connection with the people, and also you are meeting the purpose. You feel fulfilled at the end of the day. You have done a great thing for the society. You have helped the people. That you feel you have some kind of spiritual energy. When you come to world of work, according to your job title or job category, there are many requirement to waste your energy. This energy, if you are a labor-oriented job, your physical energy is wasted, right? Then if you have some job, always your emotions get changed. That means you are wasting emotional energy. Then if you have mental health issue and there is no proper interesting for you, you are wasting your mental energy. Then sometimes whatever the things you have done, you have no any meaning to that. Simple example, you have done great job to the people, you have helped, you have cared the person, you have treat the person, patient got cured, and also he's comfortable now. You are feeling comfortable, you feel meaningful. Imagine that you have still stolen somebody's pocket and also you have taken. That is not meaningful. You are wasting spiritual energy. That means it depends on the job. You are using different level of your energy. But thing is, if you get exhausted with your job, maybe you are working hard for more 8 hours, then 12 hours, then 18 hours. Sometimes it depends on your job. Then what will happen? You have wasted your physical energy. Then this accumulated effect, like cumulative effect, can lead to different kind of physical problem. Then you come to the emotional energy. You always have to suffer with your emotion, waste emotional energy because of your job. That means you are working in a hospital all the time. You are working in the very critical care unit. If 10 patients come to the ward, at least half of the people die. Then unnecessarily you are wasting your emotional energy because you tried your best to rescue the person, but you were unable to do so. Then you are emotionally upset, and you get wasted your emotional energy. Then when you come to other problems in the workstation, lot of stresses, life stresses, there are many work-related stresses. Time pressure is there. You have to complete tasks in time. There are some targets. You have to complete the targets in time. The supervisor pressure comes, and also he's concerned about your work pace, and there are a lot of challenges. Then mental energy and that effect. If you are consistently continue this job for some time, what will happen? You are getting exhausted. Sometimes you lead to some stress-related disorders, or otherwise you get depressed, mental health problems. Then if you feel you are spiritually, you are not fulfilled, feeling of fulfillment, that means you have no meaning to your career. Then you are not happy with the things. If you have no happiness, what will happen? Then that can affect your whole life, because your expectation as a human being always happiness. If the person has no happiness in life, that can also. But problem is, when you come to world of work, again, there are different challenges, risk factors, hazards in the work environment. It depends on the work you are involved. Then we'll see how we come to this work well-being. Well-being at work. You need to have some healthy workplace first. Then you should be a healthy worker. You shouldn't have any kind of disease condition. Then you cannot continue this job because several illnesses are there. But of course, we have some disease condition. With the management, treatment, we continue. But and also work itself, it is healthy work, because there are some work, those are not healthy, that has associated with some kind of health hazards. And also healthy work conditions. You need to have some kind of work condition that conducive, or you can bear, you can tolerate. A simple example: work conditions are very hectic. That means temperature is very high. Then also the workload is very high. Sometimes you cannot work in that position longer period. You get back pain or something. There are different work conditions. Then risk factors involved, hazards involved. Then work policies. There are different organizations, they have different work policies. I'm talking about in general, but it depends on the government sector. Some regulations are not so strong, but when you come to private sector, there are strong regulation policies. You have to complete this thing. Again, healthy work organization. That is our job. That is our part. We have to organize our work according to manageable level. That is up to the managers and the workers to organize work according to their job requirement. That is also, that should be healthy. Otherwise, work organization again lead to some kind of health problems of the person. Right? You see healthy workplace. Everything is conducive for the person to continue this. There are no much challenges. That spaces is a wonderful environment, ventilation and everything, and then you feel comfortable, you maintain always happiness, and also you have no much challenges. There are no many crowded the environment like the hospital or any other office, because you have customers one by one, you treat, and there are no much challenges for you. How then when you come to this healthy workplace, health and well-being at work, There are three approaches we have to look at this healthy workplace, health and well-being at work. First approach is health and well-being at work from a physical health workers. That means physical health of the workers, such as their physical illnesses and diseases. That same terminology, that illness and disease, there's a slight difference. The physical illness, according to the person perspective, but disease is from others or the doctor's perspective. Then you feel ill health. Then that is one approach we are looking at well-being at work. Then second approach is our mental and psychological and emotional perspective. What challenges for your mental, physical, psychological, and emotional well-being. Then looking at the emotional status and epidemiological rates of mental illnesses, disease, those are the things we have to focus on when we are looking at the health and well-being at work. Next thing, the third approach is addresses the potential social consequences, because a social aspect of our life at the beginning I mentioned, that is also contribute to our well-being and also health and well-being at work. If you are a person taking drugs and abusing drugs and alcohol, that social factors can contribute to your work even again, right? If you become ill, you are getting absent, that means that again, that contribute to your well-being. You are increasing your absenteeism, as well as you are taking a lot of sick leaves. Those factors contribute to our health and well-being at work, right? This is Microsoft Office, Office something. Like you see that workplace, how comfortable the workplace, how pleasant the workplace, how the environment, lighting, and sounds, you cannot see the sounds, but everything perfectly handling. Why? That is the requirement for good workplace, healthy workplace. Everything is there in perfect manner. Then people become healthy because they have no much stresses, right? This healthy workplace has different definition given by different organizations. I will take some WHO definition. Healthy workplace is place where everyone works together to achieve the agreed vision for health and well-being of workers and surrounding community. There should be some focus regarding the workers' health. If the organization, leader, the manager, and the employees have no any focus regarding their health of the workers, they focus only on the productivity and their other creation or the increase in the profit and all the things, there's a problem. That means healthy workplace, always, all the managers from the top to bottom, people focus on their other workers' health. Next thing, it provides all members of the work force with physical, psychological, social, and organizational conditions that protect and promote health and safety. If it is a healthy workplace, according to the World Health Organization, the organization provide this workforce, the workers, employees, the physical, psychological, social, and organizational conditions that protect and promote their health and safety. That is one requirement to be a good workplace. Then think about your workplace, how you are getting all these things together. It enables managers and workers to increase control over their own health and to improve it and to become more energetic, positive, and contented. Therefore, there should be right and also opportunity to the people to control over their own health. Nobody can interfere that. That means there are some ILO guidelines, there are different things. Then you have to work 12 hours according to the ILO guideline. Then organization managers forcing workers, no, you have to complete this task because we have to give this shipment completed. We need to have this thing, and that is something you cannot control your work because other person is controlling. Your supervisor says that no, you should continue. You have to complete this thing. You cannot say I am tired, I cannot continue, I cannot break rest. You cannot say like that because these people over you have no any control. If you have no control over the job, what will happen? You get stress mild to moderate or severe stress, then that can affect your health again. Right. This is the way that the World Health Organization talk about healthy workplace. But I need to focus again another way of looking at this. Envision workplaces that are free of organizational hazard. Hazard means upadrava kila අපි සිංහලෙන් කියන්නේ hazards. With health promoting, sustaining policies, programs, and practices. There should be, in an organization, there should be health and well-being promoting and sustaining policies as well as programs. The thing is, this private sector organization, especially in the industry, there are programs. They're continually maintaining that program for each and every workers targeting according to their work tasks in the organization. But when you come to government sectors, we don't have such policies regarding our occupational health or whatever. But sometimes people know that the risk factors, they try to overcome. Otherwise, unfortunately, people don't know that is a risk factor for their life, but they're continuing. Therefore, in Sri Lanka, the occupational health area has not been much focused area. That is the requirement. We have to go ahead. And also, this is the National Institute of Occupational and Safety Health. This is a USA organization, very popular place. They say that provide employees with the ready access to effective programs and services that protect their health, safety, and well-being. That is the requirement in USA. Because of your work, if you get affected your health, that is the responsibility and accountability of the organization to provide your safety. Otherwise, the employee can go against the organization and ask for compensation, and also go for labor laws and get the benefits, financial the compensation from the organization. Right. Now, I will just focus on our main framework, conceptual framework of health and well-being network. This is simple diagram, but no need to take seriously. This is something health at work, always well-being network. This is a broader picture. Then there are two antecedents. That means you need to have this thing, different level. One thing is work-related antecedents, the workplace related. And also, don't forget lifestyle factors. If you are a person, have bad habits, drinking, smoking, and also other gambling or whatever, you are not person concerned about the health, you have no any value towards health, you don't care about while you are eating, while you are drinking, you are not focusing the balance, that lifestyle factors. That is also not a workplace problem, but that can contribute to workers' well-being in the workplace, because you come to the workplace, you are spending a lot of time in the workplace. And also other aspect, consequences can be individual level, organization level, and societal level, because whatever the health impact ultimately leading to health condition, that health condition lead to absenteeism or a sick leave or compensation, lost productivity, everything that affect the person and also organization and also society in general, because they are in the society, community, and family, and all the things. So this is one way of looking at well-being at work. Then we have to focus on overcome these antecedent factors, lifestyle factors, and also work-related factors. How do we do so? There should be a plan, organized way of handling the workers' health in an organization. This is a little complex picture. Nice to know well-being at work. That this picture very clearly say whatever the things I have discussed so far in a nutshell. That means, yeah, in a summary, you know that there is a line in the down dark line that has been balanced with work and also home, family, community, and leisure. All the things maintain our special term we call work-life balance. That is a separate term. Sometimes we can talk separately, work-life balance, but I'm focusing your attention on that area. Then you see that in the center, the individual is there. There are different individual resources. What are individual resources? to maintain your health, your capacity, your stress management, your coping style, your personal hardiness, and also your ability to tolerate the things, and also your resilience, the way you can come back from the adversity, challenges, the depression, that is everything included. Your training, education, you have all individual resources. Then there are certain other factors contribute. Job insecurity. If you feel that your job is not secure, you are under stress, then sometimes your manager is very tough and he is always concerned about your work productivity and pushing you and also forcing you, then that is also contribute. Then other method, the machineries and the devices you have, work content, then if you don't have, you have to work manually more. If you have good facilities, you can. All these factors ultimately, then your customers, their pressure, the work, the people who come to get your service, and also your co-workers, how they are dealing with you, how they are supporting you, how they are helping your work tasks, how they are arranging the work schedule conducive for you, everything. Then person has different influential factors regarding their job as an individual. In addition, when you come to the workplace again, working environment, managerial style always has an impact on workers' health. Don't think that if you are a bad manager, you are influencing your workers' health. And also participation and control. If you have a right and opportunity in your work organization to participate decision making and also control your work yourself, you are autonomous, you can have some kind of pride and freedom, then you feel some positive feelings because you are in a position you can do whatever the things you do without other influences. Not only that, whether you have this career development opportunities, personal, professional development opportunities, if you don't have, you are continually working for a longer period, no any promotion, no any opportunity, that is also contribute to your challenging work environment. Skill utilization and variety. Sometimes you have wonderful skills you have obtained, but nobody is taking your skill utilized in the workplace. You have been given something else, then you're frustrated. And otherwise, you are doing dull and monotonous work continuously. There's no any variety, no change. Then you feel frustrated. There's no positive feelings. And also, workload and workplace. It depends on the person's workload. The given work tasks to the person differ from person to person. Some jobs have more high workloads. Some people have less work. It depends on their nature of the job. And regulatory environment, from the top level, they are pushing you with the workload, then you have to continue. And not only that, identity, status, and role in the workplace, your identity, your name, your label, your style, no respect, no recognition, no acknowledgement, then problem, right? You need to have feeling like you are accepted, respected, you have been acknowledged, appraised sometimes, awarded sometimes. All these things are factors. And social support and relationship. You know that social support is one of the major determinant of health even. Not only the workers' health, but also people's health. You know that if you have good network, you have a lot of people around you, you have a lot of friends, you have a lot of other supportive colleagues from different aspects, then you feel some kind of strength. That means you increase your self-esteem. If you don't have such a supportive system, you always feel frustrated and also depressed and also helpless. That helpless feelings ultimately lead to your poor health and also poor psychological impact that contribute to your health. And also our schedules and community, that means scheduling, that means work schedules, whatever the work schedules you are maintaining, it depends on the person to person and job to job. There are differences. And also most important is work and family conflict, because everybody has a family most of the time. that your role in the family and also workplace. There are some situations you cannot balance the work life because of the family issues are higher, then workplace pressure is higher, then you are in a very stressful situation to maintain, then you don't have work satisfaction and also life satisfaction. Your life become miserable, then that can lead to ultimate result is negative well-being or positive well-being. It depends on all the other factors. Then you will realize that there are many factors that contribute to our well-being in the, then you cannot say one thing. Then we are talking about art and science. Still, these all factors contribute that are associated with art and science. Simple example, science related to work content. There are a lot of devices being given, that is science applied. Then your life make easy, technology applied, science. But when you come to some other area, you see that you are balancing your family work is your art. That is, you should be capable. Work organization cannot do anything. You have to maintain your plan and also goals and things in your way. Then there's a problem balancing your work life. Otherwise, even science, from the scientific evidence, science provided your personal protective equipment, otherwise other devices to safeguard your work life, but you are not the person using all the things. All the things are available, but it's happened. You don't have that art. Then mean you are the person responsible for art of work, not the organization, not the managers or the other people. So if you experience positive things more, you are getting positive well-being. But if you experience most of the time negative things, that ultimately end up with negative well-being. What is the result? Occupational stress at the outcome, then economic cost involved. That means you are not producing well in the work organization. That is contribute to burden and finally the property, the prosperity of the organization also has an issue. If you are in a profit oriented organization, if you are service oriented organization, your client, your patients or your client you come to get your service are affected because of your poor work well-being, right? Now if you look at this thing in a very scientific manner, because there are some researchers here, those who have conducted research in this area, I will look at this problem from other angle. The person Bloom's, the researcher, talking about well-being model, but nice to know. He says that there are 4 areas: our capacity to adapt, change, and respond to life challenges that enable us to recover from setbacks, to grow, and to develop new capabilities. This point I raised from the beginning, WHO definitions, but Bloom's has conducted research on this area, and he is providing evidence that these are the areas we should focus to maintain the well-being network. Resilience is a adversity quotient related to, I think you must have heard about, we have different quotients, the intelligent quotient, emotional quotient, and also adversity quotient, different things. But resilience come under this our soft skill domain. That means resilience should be there for the people. Otherwise, if they fall, they never come back. They don't bounce back. Therefore, in a workplace, you may face different life challenges and the stresses. Your boss is blaming you, shouting you all the time. Then you fall, then you come back. There are different challenges you cannot tolerate, but you are getting frustrated, depressed. You should come back. If you are not coming back, definitely there's a problem that can lead to your well-being affected. Thriving, the coming towards with initiating everything and also improving the significance we experience in our lives, our values, core belief, and sense of life purpose, and our experience of deep social connection. Everything together, this area is to be focused on. Significance we experience in our life, that there are different significant things, significant achievement, significant completion, significant milestone in our life, education related, achievement related, right? Awarding, everything, and things we value. Even good health is an achievement. You have to think about core belief, that we have different type of belief system, then core beliefs and sense of purpose. Your sense of purpose for fulfillment of your life, then you are doing all the good things, you are providing, helping people, then all these things come together, and these are the areas to be focused on to have well-being in the life, that contribute to workplace well-being too. Authenticity, that is something related to your creativity, that has some recognition, or identity, includes the belief we hold about we are as a human being, our self-image, sometimes self-worth, feeling of self-worth, that means our value towards ourselves. Because if you have good mental health all the time, you respect you identify yourself, you are maintaining good identity, because you have great self-worth towards you. Sometimes people with the life struggle, the challenges, they don't respect themselves. They don't think about their personal hygiene. They don't think about their dress. They don't consider about their health, nutrition. That is something people who have this area fulfill, that means authenticity, otherwise your identity, sense of identity, that is the area we have to focus on. Again, according to the Bloom's. Not only that, finally, the Bloom says that happiness, the emotional dynamics, and the subjective quality of our daily life, whatever the things you do, ultimately you have to have this kind of this final target, happiness. Even in life, what we have to do at the end, our target, our ultimate goal is live happily. Then happiness is linked to enhance health, creativity, decision making, and adversity response properly. So Bloom says that to maintain workplace well-being, please you go ahead and strengthen your areas and think about these areas. Then you can have good well-being at work, because that is the area we have to focus on. Finally, I need to maintain time. I think whatever the organization we are employ the people for work, the world of work, there should be some kind of programs to enhance the well-being network. That program should have some kind of qualities. What are the qualities? That should be comprehensive program incorporating range of individual and organizational interventions, that it should be covered every aspect. Not only that, you have to let the other members, with irrespective of their position, to participate. Participatory and empowering workers at all levels, not only the managers but also laborers. Everybody should participate in a same level. And also multi-sectorial, multidisciplinary cooperation to address the multiple determinants of health, because you cannot protect only the laborers, you cannot protect only the top bosses and other people, but everybody should have that same opportunity. And also there should be social justice. Whatever the programs you are implementing, you cannot selectively do the things. Ranks, gender, ethnic groups, or employment, you should not consider when you are selecting the thing. Other thing is, whatever the program you have, you can't one day finish and thereafter no program. No, you have to continue. Sustainability should be there consistently. Then you can keep the organization healthy, because you are always have program to protect the people, maintain the people's, and maintain the people's health. Finally, I would like to focus the art and science of combination. You know that if you put art and science together, always we can make wonderful things, creations, and also magic even putting together. You see digital arts, what is the thing we cannot do with this thing? Therefore, this art and science combination, wonderful thing is art section is yourself. You are the person maintain that art, but science can be obtained from everywhere. Therefore, we have to think about if you need to maintain good well-being in your organization, workplace, the company, or the university, or wherever, you should maintain that art. You learn, you have to gather, get the awareness and practice. Otherwise, nobody is going to support you. How to overcome this risks and hazard? I didn't talk about this industry, because when you come to industry, there are different hazardous things like injuries related to chemical or whatever, the heat or otherwise other ionizing things that is hazardous. We call this not risk, actually hazards. Then if whatever the challenge, maybe physical, maybe mental, maybe spiritual or emotional, thing is you have to identify hazards and also evaluate the severity and likelihood. That means there may be hazard in any workplace. What we have to do, evaluate the things. Evaluation is whether it is very serious or it's very middle level or a minor level, that kind of evaluation. Then you have to control. Take measures to control this thing, whatever the risks, whatever the hazards. Then you can go ahead. Before completing this section, I need to introduce this. I think some of you have heard this thing. Principle of Crocodile, risk management. Any workplace, we can identify some kind of risks. What you have to do, you have to go ahead with this principle. What is the principle? Identify the risks. Properly identify the risks by reading, gathering information, and there's a risk. Okay, you identify the risks. Then you have to evaluate the risks very carefully, whether it is a very serious risk, so it's a high level risk, so whatever the level of risks and also likelihood. Then you can properly understand what to do. Then if you can, what you have to do, you have to eliminate the risks and you can overcome this thing, but not always possible. There are situations you cannot eliminate the risks because risks is there with the work. It depends on the requirement of that risk to the workplace. Sometimes there are chemicals, you cannot throw away the chemicals, you have to use this thing. Then there's a risk, but there's electricity, but you have to use electricity, but very carefully, you cannot overcome. Then radiation is there in the working environment, you have to take measures, then you cannot eliminate. There are some other options like substitute the risks by less risky things you can use instead of using the more risky things. That is another options according to the crocodile theory. And also, especially I focus on the health workers, the personal protective equipment. Thing is, science and art put together, because science introduce wonderful gadget, the things for you, but it is your art to wear it. But if you are not wearing properly, that means that is your problem, right? Then overcome the risks. You can protect yourself from the risks. Then there is no. At this corona situation, you know that risk is there, but you are maintaining that art and science together. Then you can overcome. Sorry. There are other strategies sometimes. Isolate the risks, but there's a risk. We know that, we identified, we evaluated, but you can isolate the risks, but then you are not getting exposed to. If you get exposed, only you are in trouble. Then you can isolate the risks by using strategies that depend on the risk factor. Otherwise, there is no any way you have to run away, because your health is wealth. Because according to Buddhism, health is wealth. And also, you know that if you are working a longer period, 30 years, 40 years in the same organization, exposing to that risk, you are becoming ill before you complete your job. That means better to find another job, because it's a riskier. That is, but I don't encourage people to leave the job. But there are some kind of crocodile theory says that you have to go away. Right. There's a saying, but nice thing, but you need to understand this. Wealth of an organization depends on the health of the workers. All the organization, on the university or whatever, if you are sick, that wealth is not there in the organization. Therefore, we have to understand properly, and we have to focus on our health, but there are many strategies in this world to overcome health risks at the organizational level, working settings, world of work. What you have to do, you have to learn the art, you have to identify the risks, you have to go ahead with your strategies. If you are not adhering to that guideline, that strategies, you are not combining art and science. Right, you have to think about health risks at your work by relaxing. There are certain risk factors can be identified if you reflect about your work and organization. Right, work environment, according to this Golf McDonald, he says that create an environment where individuals feel their work is meaningful, purposeful, and humane. That those are the attributes and qualities we have to maintain in a work environment. Then you can work happily. Right. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I can ask.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, now the session is open for your questions, and we cordially invite all of you to submit any question that you have to ask from Professor Barnakulla Surya, and we hope that your questions will make this platform more interesting. And also you can, if you have any difficulty in asking questions, you can put your questions to the chat box as well.
Hello, thank you. Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Professor Barnakulla Surya,
Yes.
I'm Dr. Shashitangani Veeravansha from the Department of Economics. And
yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you
ahead.
so much. And it was just a very timely, very contemporary topic that you addressed today, especially particularly during this period where we have to really have a work-life balance. And you have particularly expressed as to, like, you know, how we should be more careful at work, and bottom line is, you know, how we should improve our productivity by resorting to all kind of good practices. My question is, now a real buzzword these days is work-life balance.
Yes.
But if we just add, especially during the pandemic, to the work-life balance, how do we add a little bit of economics into this? How do we, like, you know, manage work, life, and economic balance? Especially a lot of people are financially, as a country, and also individually, and as a, you know, domestically, you know, how, if you just take individual basis also, we are going through a lot of financial difficulties. So if you could sort of enlighten us on work, life, and the challenge of having economic balance.
Yeah, definitely. That's very important, timely important questions. Right. As I mentioned at the beginning, that financial capacity of the person also contribute to the well-being of the person. Now, if you look at this pandemic situation or any stressful situation with the financial issues, that person need to maintain that their life somehow or other. They have to prioritize the basic requirement all the time. Then when you come to food or the basic niche, we know that everybody, then priority identification, and also you have to somehow or other, not like other time there's a crisis, then what are the significant things to fulfill your requirement, that kind of the budgeting you need to have. I think I'm not an expert in economic area, but priorities need to identify. Then when you go to a shop, sometimes you have a list of things in your pocket. Do you think that all these things you buy this thing? No, really, not really. But so many other things you have bought because of persuasion, nice way of presenting, nice way of putting in the shelves, and all the things that are attractive, get motivated by the people, persuaded by people. Then sometimes those are not essential things, but we have to control in that manner one thing, right? And also we have to identify basic, because priority should be given to most important thing in your life. Important mean the basic as well as important things. That sometimes you need some medicine. Those are very essential things. And also we have to reduce the waste of the time. All the time we have to manage our resources, available resources. And also you can find some alternatives during the pandemic. Then simple example, you consider, since pandemic open, I never bought any leaves from shop, because earlier I have bought everything from the shop, but I have not spent any cents for leaves. All the time I grow this thing because easily grow all these things in a home environment. You can prepare, but earlier you didn't focus. With the lockdown, we had no any other job. While you are online teaching, you did something else. That one way. That simple example. And also you have to focus on the way you have balanced your budget previously. If you have not any plan maintenance of the budget, you have to consider what are the required expenses, what are the essential things to spend, and also focus on maintaining. That is, according to my understanding, that is how you have to do. And also you have to select only the priorities, not all the required things, essential things in your requirement. I don't know, did I answer your question?
Exactly, you did. Thank you so much. Yes, you did.
Sir, in the chat box, we have another question. How can someone harness his spiritual, emotional, or mental energy in a highly competitive office environment? So that's the question that we have in the chat box. We would be much grateful if you can answer the question.
And also that is a challenge. Spiritual energy you cannot just get suddenly, because it depends on your work you are providing or service you are providing. But emotional and mental energy need to be highly always in the current environment, whatever the environment you are working, that is challenging. That means that can affect your mental health and also emotional health. And also you cannot raise these things because these challenges, you have no time to interact, you have no time to have relationship. Then you cannot maintain that peace of mind because you have totally focused on your task completion. Then what you have to do, at least take time breaks during your things, relax, get some deep breathing, and also relax your muscles and everything, and also call a person or talk to a person close to you. That kind of strategies you can use to maintain this thing. But make your service meaningful to you, then you can increase the spiritual energy, because the person who feel according to their conscience, or the if you feel that whatever the things you do, not cheating somebody, you are doing working hard, and also you are completing your tasks with the genuine interest, that at the end of the task completion, at the end of the day, you feel that you have done something for the organization, to the country or the society. That feelings always get some kind of spiritual energy that should feel for the person, not other people can contribute to spiritual energy. That is their purpose. And also according to the person's expectation, the nature of the personality, it depends on so many other factors. Sometimes you are a very sensitive person, then you are always try to give, donate, and other things. Then if you are meeting that target, you feel spiritual energy, increase your spiritual energy, because you always reflect on this thing. I have done great job. That kind of feelings, you always get spiritual energy. But in addition, in the working environment, the work challenges always give work stress. But overcome this stress, you have to have clear understanding about what is stress first. Stress is the way we are responding to the external and environment. Having good understanding about the stress factor, we can proactively face these stresses, because we know that this job is challenging, this is competitive, this is target oriented, therefore I should get ready. That's a proactive coping, in other words. then you can overcome to some extent in your office. And also have good friendship, crack jokes, use humors. How many times during the day you are making humor and talk to and make other people laugh and this thing? Very rarely, because you don't have time. But all these things are contribute to mental energy and this emotional aspect. Action, reaction, people love you, people respect you, those things also contribute. Did I answer your question? I don't. Hello? Are you disconnected?
Sir, this is a question which we saw in the chat box from Yasiru Kumarasiri. So are there any questions? Are there any more questions to ask from Professor Varnakula Surya? Sir, I'm from the medical library, and I'm asking this question since the university students are also joined with us in this webinar, and also most of us are university employees. So according to your knowledge, sir, what are the supportive mechanisms that we have in the university sector to support the mentally ill, stressed, depressed, and emotionally disturbed people, and people who are unable to concentrate on their work?
Yeah, very good question. And also, yeah, definitely, yes. Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, there should be some mechanisms to address these issues, especially the students and the staff, those who are experiencing these challenging situations, because according to their personalities and also according to their experience, different people take these challenges different level. Then if you take the serious level that you mentally get deviated, then there are no many drugs for this kind of things. I don't think recommended medication, but think you go for medication. Better thing is you should feel you are supported. You should feel that somebody is helping you. That means support system should be strengthened in the university level. A simple example, you give the group of student to one the person, counselor or somebody. Anytime if you need, you can call me. Anytime you can. That thing is, person should listen to the story of the student without disturbing, and that listening is more than enough for the person to get relaxation, because people have stressful situation. They should have opportunity to express these feelings to somebody else. Therefore, there should be a mechanism to strengthen the support system. That is the requirement. And also you have to explore personally. If you identify a student with more psychological needs, please frequently contact that person, and also let the person to feel that we are there to help you. That kind of feeling, that is more than enough. Mentally you should feel that you are helped, you are supported. That is the thing. In addition, we can address the other personal, financial and other issues, but psychological support is very strong thing. Let the other student to communicate with this person, be with that person, talk with that person without being isolated in the room. Those are some strategies we can use. And also make the person happy by cracking jokes, and also using, that's the rumination is one problem with some sensitive people. If they face challenges, always tearing, right? That rumination, the other group members should make the person happy by involving, taking that person, engage with that person, and happy things, show pictures, and also show some interesting jokes or whatever, crack jokes, and do the things. Then you gradually pass off these stressful things. That is also possible.
Thank you very much, sir. So anyone have more questions? Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you very much.